Hey everyone, it is Kelly O'Neill. I am coming to you live from my car for Training Thursday today. Yes, this is not ideal, I realize. However, I am my fall hair done, and so I wasn't able to make it home in time, so I pulled over and here we go. We are just gonna rock with it. All right, for those of you who are brand new to the Marketing to Millionaires Success Circle, let me just tell you that I do not normally take Training Thursday live from the car. This is the first time this has actually ever happened, but we are going to roll with it today because you ladies will understand I had to get my hair done. So if you are just popping on, please do make sure that you are, please do make sure that you introduce yourself and give yourself a shameless plug. Let everyone else in the community know exactly what it is that you do for a living and who you Fantastic. For the rest of you, I want to welcome you to Training Thursday. My name is There we go. Hey, Amy, how are you? Hey, yeah, rocking it. I know. Fall color, guys. And I cut an inch off. There we go. So, I know. We're just going real life today. Real life. All right, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kelly O'Neill. I'm a brand marketing and profit strategist that specializes in helping service-based entrepreneurs really set themselves out as the leaders in their category, as well as help position them to market to affluent clientele. And if you are brand new to us, you can read my bio on my site, as well as, hey, thanks, Son. Thanks, Sonia. I mean, you girls know, like I just couldn't move the hair appointment. All right. I just couldn't do it. So, for those of you who don't know, I run a program called the Marketing to Millionaires Business Accelerator, as well as the Profit-logy Business Incubator, where I have the most awesome clients on the planet who are committed to serving the world in a bigger and better way by and through marketing to affluent clients. So they're building highly profitable businesses. All right, guys. So I also have a podcast called the Marketing to Millionaires Podcast. Let's hear from our podcast subscribers. Who is a subscriber to the Marketing to Millionaires Podcast? If not, do make sure that I'm turning the air conditioning on because it's still hot in Vegas. It's 84. So if you are not a subscriber, please run over to my website, kellyoneil.com, where you can subscribe and/or you can go, of course, onto, all the places where podcasts are available, Spotify, Google Play, Apple, iTunes, all the places. All right, guys. So today we are going to be talking about 3 ways to book more affluent client appointments on your calendars using social selling. How many of you took part in the Selling to Millionaires training? Because we went over this in much deeper level in the Selling to Millionaires training. But today I'm going to give you the highlights as to what exactly this is and why this is important for you. So first of all, if you are not already marketing to affluent clients, you are behind the 8 ball. We are watching our markets shift so quickly now after, being in the midst of this pandemic for since March, right? We are now into October. My clients their businesses are growing. They are not experiencing financial problems when they are doing what we're teaching them to do in the program. When they're actually executing the program, their businesses are growing. I'm hearing very consistently, this is the most profitable month that I've had. My business is still growing. We are landing new clients. We've got new client leads. So their businesses are expanding. But what I'm also watching happen is that clients and those of you who did not pivot and you are primarily participating in mass marketing activities, you're struggling, right? The masses are struggling. Their discretionary spending is, if someone is not making over $100,000 a year, their discretionary spending is either dwindling, gone, or on hold in most cases. We've got actually a conversation in our Profit-logy Business Incubator group about seeing what's going on in the marketplace. And I'd love for you guys to share here what you're seeing go on in the marketplace. You know, online channels are getting flooded. They are getting absolutely flooded. And people, because they don't know how to address this issue, what they're doing is they're slashing prices, they're offering discounts, they're throwing more and more and more and more marketing out there. And it's just causing, it's like, you know, online marketing nowadays is like, it's like trying to merge onto the 405 freeway in Los Angeles during rush hour traffic with a bunch of drunk people, right? It is absolutely out of control. People are reporting that, you know, that people are responding to them less online. Their social media posts are not getting seen as much. Engagement in Facebook groups is down. There are all sorts of things going on. Ad prices are skyrocketing because it is taking so much more energy and effort to reach people. You know, the online marketplace, because everyone is flooding onto there, it has become extraordinarily congested. And that's a huge problem, right? That is a huge problem if a majority of your marketing has been marketing to the masses, utilizing online marketing like social media, okay? Now, I'm not saying social media isn't still effective. Obviously, right now, you're in my Facebook group. I am coming to you live on social media. It's not that it's not effective, but if this is your only strategy, you are going to be in trouble, especially if you're marketing to affluent clients. And also because at least here in the United States, you know, we're gearing up for a very contentious election. Now, I'm not going to talk politics here because this is not the place. However, you guys know what I mean. You cannot get online without seeing people, you know, talking about the pandemic, talking about the upcoming election. And so messages are getting lost. This is why, if you are just utilizing a social media strategy, and, you know, even if you guys listen to our summit and you listen to our social media partner, Bridget, talk about it, she said it can take you 2 years to really get traction on social media. It can take 2 years, guys. 2 years to really start to get traction on social media if all you're doing is running out and posting content online. If you are really relying on a high content strategy to try to get clients, it is going to be a very challenging uphill battle for you. Very challenging, okay? Even if you have a ton of followers. But if you're trying to build this out of the gate, again, you are in an uphill battle. So this is why social selling is really important. So for those of you who don't know what social selling is the act of being able to go out to the followers that are following you and directly engaging with them, both in the feeds and in the behind the scenes messages. So if you are on LinkedIn, this could be your in-mail. This could be your creating connections. If you are in Instagram, this would be like direct messaging someone. If you're on Facebook, this is direct messaging someone, right? So the idea with social media in your social media strategy is for you to put out high quality content that, by the way, has to be positioned correctly for affluent clients. And for you then to be able to go out and follow people and directly engage with them on their feeds and then take the conversation privately into direct message. Okay? It is from there that you have a better opportunity to build that really powerful personal one-on-one relationship that is necessary for building appointments. Because if you just throw out online nowadays, like, hey, you know, come and, you know, do an appointment with me, who's taking you up on that? No one, right? Everyone is too busy. They're too inundated. They're checking out of platforms. They are not operating on social media the way that they were 6 months or a year ago. They're just not. So you've got to switch up the strategy. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to identify the one, okay, at least one social media platform that your ideal target clients are going to be on most often, okay? And that is going to require research. Now, if you're in the Marketing to Millionaires Business Accelerator, guess what? We already did all the research for you. All you need to do is go into the market research section of the program, and you can look at all of the social media stats so you can find out exactly where your ideal target client is, okay? So one-size strategies do not work. I want to say that very clearly. A one-size-fits-all strategy does not work. Just because you see other people on Facebook does not mean your target audience is on Facebook. Also, if the difference between utilizing Facebook for businesses versus personal with affluent clients is very different. So I want to make sure that you guys know, first of all, where are the platforms, right? Where are the platforms that have the most abundance of your ideal client active on them for the reason that you want to engage with them? So let me give you an example. A lot of your affluent individuals in business, depending on your level of affluence, a lot of your affluent clientele in business are not necessarily going to be on Facebook. Like, you're going to be way better off over on LinkedIn. Now, if you are marketing to a consumer type individual, right? If you're marketing to a consumer type individual, like as an example, one of my clients, Wendy Sterling, who has the divorce rehab, now her highly affluent clients are absolutely on Facebook. You know, they're jumping on at the end of their day, they're surfing Facebook, they're in groups, they're utilizing that as a community. So you need to make sure that you pick the platform that is going to be where your clients are and for the reason that they're there. Like, if someone is on LinkedIn, they're not there to socialize. They're there to do business. And so you need to make sure you pick the most appropriate platform for you, right? For a social selling strategy. Again, like YouTube might be great if you're doing content marketing, but it's maybe not the best place for you to be able to do a social selling strategy, okay? So that's step number one, is pick the right platform. Okay, now let's talk about the 3 ways for you to be able to get more appointments with social selling. So number 1 is pick the right platform. If you're not on the right platform, it doesn't matter, right? If you are trying to market something to people that are not there for that, it's very out of context, right? It would be kind of like trying to go and market to people who are sitting down for dinner at a restaurant and trying to have a conversation with them about business when they're there to have family time, right? It's like, it's out of context. So strategy number 1, pick the right platform and focus 80% of your energy on that platform. The second thing is, whatever that platform is that you're choosing, you do need to have content, not because that's going to fish them in, but here's the reason why you have to have high value, distinctly positioned content. Write that down. High value, distinctly positioned content. If you are putting out the same crap that everyone else is putting out, you're invisible, right? So you have to have high value, distinctly positioned content that is really going to be like, they're not getting this anywhere else, right? So a lot of times when I'm doing Marketing to Millionaires, you know, they're not getting that content anywhere else. So I am sharing that content with my viewers, and it is very distinct to the ideal clients that we're looking to engage with, right? If you are someone who is, you know, I'm trying to look to see if you're in real estate and you're like three tips to purchasing your first home. That article is everywhere. Like, no one's going to stop and read that. Like, they're too busy, right? You need to get out of the box. The reason that you need this content, and you don't need a ton of it, but the reason you need this content, you need it consistently, is because they are going to check you before they get on the phone with you. They're going to utilize that. They're going to utilize it as a research tool to make sure that they are not wasting their time. It's not necessarily that content is going to pull them in. but it's going to let them know whether or not you know what the hell you're talking about. And your affluent clients want to know that you know what the hell you're talking about, right? So that's why the content is important. I think that people really misunderstand the purpose of social media, and they're like, let's just put out a bunch of content. Well, no, you can actually hurt yourself by just randomly putting out content, especially if that content is not differentiating you from everyone else in your market. It is a waste of time, energy, and money. Okay? So you want to put high engagement content, but that content needs to be like, it needs to position you as the expert and go-to authority in your field, and you need to be having different conversations than everyone else is having. Okay, so that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is you need to take the conversation offline, right? You need to take the conversation offline. So a majority, I would say 90% of our social media marketing strategy is a social selling strategy where we are, reaching out to people and we're learning about their business. Like, tell it, because we do business to business, it's like, tell us about your business. Tell us what's going on. The objective in a social selling conversation is to be able to get them on the phone with you, right? So you want to be able to book that appointment. So you want to be able to go out to them. You want to learn about their business. You want to learn about what's going on for them right now. You want to look at their profile, and you want to reach out and start a legitimate, real, authentic conversation with them. And then eventually say, if you feel like it's a good fit when you're qualifying them, if you feel like it's a good fit for you, if you feel like it is a good fit for them and you want to have a conversation with them, whether it be to have a strategic partner conversation or whether it be to have a strategic partner conversation or whether it be to explore potentially them being a client of yours, you want to get on the phone with them. So the way that I suggest you do this, and this is strategy number 3, is I suggest you say, hey, I'd love to get to know you a little bit more. I'd love to connect with you and learn a little bit more about your business and what it is that you're up to, or learn a little bit more about you and what it is that you're up to. Let's jump on the phone for 15 minutes and, or let's jump on a Zoom call for 15 minutes, which I prefer, by the way. I really prefer a Zoom call. And the reason I prefer a Zoom call is because you want that face-to-face interaction, right? So let's jump on a Zoom call for 15 minutes and get to know one another, and see if there's any synergies here. At that point, you're then going to book a call with them. Okay. Now, again, with your affluent clients, they're super busy. So the reason we do a 15-minute call, the objective here is not to sell in the first call. You do not want to do that because you're just getting to know each other, right? It's like going out on a coffee date and saying, hey, this is awesome, let's get married in 15 minutes or less. You guys don't want to be doing that, right? So in this first call, in this first 15-minute call, the objective is you need to get on the phone with them and be like, yeah, tell me about you, and if you've watched our Collaborate to Accelerate Profit Intensive, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You want to get on the phone and you want to create that baseline relationship. Now, if you are having such a great conversation and you're like, tell me all about you, because people love to talk about themselves, right? And you're wanting to do that and you feel like there's synergy and you feel like there is an ability to either turn this into a sales call and or to turn this into a collaboration call or a partnership call, then you're going to say, oh my gosh, I love talking to you so much. I feel like we have so much more to explore. What I'd love to do is let's book a 30-minute call let's do that now. Right. And then you can do that because now you have a second level of engagement. Right. That is how a social strategy, a social selling strategy is going to be most effective for you. So again, if you've just jumped on here, and by the way, if you're watching the replay, do please put #replay so we know you're here. In fact, we are going to be cleaning out this group because Facebook changed its algorithms again. And one of the things that we know is that the people that are in the group that are not participating are actually making it harder for those of you who are to see our posts and to see our content. So we're going to be removing people that are not participating. So please make sure you let us know that you're here. Also, please make sure that you register for the upcoming Marketing to Millionaires Profit Intensive that is happening in just a few weeks. That is going, thank you guys. I see you doing it. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you, Marianne, for letting us know that you're watching the replay, you're watching it live. I want to make sure that you register for the Profit Intensive. That is one way to ensure that you do not get kicked out of this group and that you still get access to all of our juicy content. And my team will put the link below for you. There you go. Look at that, Jasmine. By the way, you guys, yesterday was Jasmine's birthday. So everyone who loves themselves a Jasmine, which is really everyone in the world who should love a Jasmine, please do wish her a belated birthday. So please do wish her a belated birthday. We love to celebrate our Jasmine. I have the greatest team in the world, and Jasmine is the greatest human being on the planet. Yes. So Amy's right. Yes. Get on the Profit Intensive. All right. So let's recap that really quickly. So social selling, remember, great. Roseanne's already registered. Fantastic. Excellent. I love it. You guys, let us know if you are. Hey, Jeffrey, how are you? Let us know that you are registered. So again, in the social selling strategy, you do not want to just be spraying and praying content all over the land, especially when it's not well positioned. You want to be putting out high value, differentiated content on the platform that is going to be the most effective for you to be able to reach your ideal target clients and or partners. Okay. So with that, again, going back, choose the right platform. I want you to spend 80% of your time really dug into that platform until you get the traction rolling, and that your book, that the objective here is for you to book calls. Number two, so number one is choosing the right platform. Number two is really making sure that you're putting out that high vibe, differentiated content, so that when they do go to look at you, and to make sure that you know what you're talking about. Again, it's not necessarily about the content. It's about them looking at the content and being like, yes, this person is worth me spending 15 minutes talking to. That's the objective of the content. This person is worth spending 15 minutes with, right? Okay, so that is the second thing. And then the third thing is you need to start that authentic relationship. Ask them, get to know them through the direct messenger function, and then ask them to get on a 15-minute call. If you are not utilizing a scheduling software, you need to have a scheduling software. And literally, I would set it up to say like a 15-minute quick chat. Right? Let's just have a 15-minute quick chat. Let's do it on Zoom. Get to know each other. That is what you really are wanting to go for on these social selling calls to be able to book more appointments. You've got to ask for the appointment. And guys, it's a numbers game. So you're going to need to block off time on your calendar for, I would say, if you're going to be utilizing a social selling strategy, you're going to want to block off time on your calendar for at least 30 minutes a day for you to be able to consistently and diligently execute this social selling strategy to book more affluent clients. All right, I want to know from you guys what the most valuable tip is. I want to know what is working for you in your social selling strategy. Drop it below, share with one another. I want you guys to be collaborating in this group. It's super important. We are about to go into a Profit Intensive, and so we are going to be kicking up all sorts of content in here for you guys, and culminating in the Marketing to Millionaires Profit Intensive that's coming up at the end of the month. Make sure that you register. If you've got any questions, you can reach out to the help desk with my team. Make sure you connect with your Profit Concierge, because that is going to be a really important part of the Profit Intensive. And also, we're running a really cool referral contest. So if you want information about the referral contest, please do make sure you reach out to our help desk. And by the way, you guys, you can win time with me. You can win free time with me. And you guys know that I'm not a cheap date. So you can win free referral content with me utilizing this strategy. All right, everyone, I want to thank you for showing up to Training Thursday. Again, please let us know that you are here live or as a replay, and I will talk to you soon. I'm going to drive home before my next appointment. All right, much love to you all. Bye, everyone.